Go ahead, fellas.
Okay, thanks. As you know, John Wengert and Jon Fitzkee, and I'm Tom Kotay, and we're just here to talk to you today about two grant applications we wish to submit to DCNR.
We just won.
The program that we're applying to is the DCNR Community Conservation Partnerships Program. And we've done this in the past for other initial rail trail projects. The study we're looking at is called the Phase 6 Feasibility Study. And that study would look at how we extend this trail west and north past Chestnut Street to tie into the rail trail development behind the mall area. So, and the Union Canal Tunnel Park. The study has a proposed cost of $25,000, half of which would come from DCNR. The other $12,500 would come from $5,000 from John, Rail Trail Corporation, $5,000 from the MPO in-kind services, and then some pro bono services of $2,500 from Wilson Consulting Group. So it's a 50-50 program. That would make up the $25,000 study effort. We would hope to begin the study in July and conclude the study next June. So one state fiscal year to complete the effort. And it's a critical part of the study of the rail trail, as John knows, because we're approaching US Route 422. Where and how do we cross Route 422? How do we tie in all the key businesses and properties in this area? You know, there's a lot of attractive areas here that we need to pay close attention to. Lebanon Catholic School System, you know, all the businesses on 422. There's parks in the area. So the rail trail location is critical to how we access some of those properties and continue to support this healthy lifestyle of walking, bicycling, skateboarding, whatever it is, to your destination.
9th Street down here in the corner where the trail's going to currently end by Blaux Mobile. So this shows basically the alignment through the city that we have to study here. This Phase 5 is scheduled for construction later this year. That's the part we're hoping to do with the Red Horse Brigade from 9th over to Chestnut. So really the study would start at Chestnut Street and end at the Union Canal Tunnel Park, near that traffic light symbol. That's the 25th Street underpass under the active railroad tracks. Some things are locked in, like where we're going to cross the active railroad tracks is going to be pretty much where that underpass is, just because of the reality of crossing an active railroad line. That's pretty much our only choice. But there's a lot of other options, as Tom was saying, and a lot of factors to consider. The three of us actually walked this, I guess, a few months ago to get a handle on how complex it was going to be, and that's when we determined that it would make sense to do a little bit more in-depth study. It's not a thing where you can just walk out there and sort of on the back of an envelope say, you know, we'll go this way and this looks good. We want to bring Wilson in. He's got a lot of the background. The prize at the end of it is tying into Union Canal Park, you know, one county treasure to another. That's long been described as an endpoint of the trail, and obviously for people from out of town, they'll be able to start in Cornwall perhaps and ride all the way in to see another historic landmark in the same community. A pretty neat day trip to advertise on the internet when we start gaining popularity here in the city. And we did have a preliminary meeting with DCNR to sort of feel them out as to whether it was a project that they put high value on, and their reaction to our submittals is that they want to do everything they can to help this project. This is one that they consider a showcase project for the state because of this, what you see here at the table, which is partnership between the private group, the LVRT group, the planning, the commissioners. It's like a triangle of support for the effort. And what they see a lot of times, and what they told us at that meeting is, they'll have one of these parties at the table when they go to this pre-submittal meeting to find out what they like, their wish list, if you will. But rarely do they have all three elements at the table to talk about what we'd like to do. And so, from that perspective, they give our applications pretty high marks, and have. We've been fortunate that they've supported us through the various phases, and we have no indication that it's going to be tighter, it's going to be more competitive because of the cuts. There's no doubt, but I feel like we have a good team to still be successful in that. Because I just found out last week, or a couple weeks ago, that the Pennsylvania Rails to Trails Conservancy, which is a nonprofit group, well, it's a national group, but they have a Pennsylvania office in Harrisburg, got a grant from DCNR to do studies of 3 trails, and we've been chosen as one of those trails. So they're going to come out and install infrared counters on the trail at probably all the major trailheads, or near all the major trailheads. And they'll be maintaining those all summer long to get some actual usage figures for the different sections of our trail, which is going to be important. It's important for grant applications. In fact, when I was talking about those discussions with PennDOT about the street crossings in the city, they keep asking us for usage figures to base their decision on whether it's adequate what we're providing for the safety of the street crossings, and we don't really have anything. We definitely don't have anything that's in scientific, and it's not even really built yet. So how do you provide usage figures for something that's proposed or still scheduled to be built and really not tied into the Union Canal Tunnel Park yet? So it's all sort of hypothetical. So this will give us some good data, and then they produce a report. They do surveys of trail users as well. There's going to be survey boxes that they'll aggregate and produce a report. And I had the Armstrong County one that they did. It's a very nice report, very detailed about how much people are spending in the area when they come here, what the demographics of the users are, where they traveled from. Probably a 30-page booklet report is actually prepared at the end of this.